Good evening. My name is Steve Lovewaite, and my project is telling you a story through social media. I'm an illustrator in Colorado. I previously worked as a background designer and storyboard artist for Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. My project partner is a fiction writer named... Here he is now.
Hi, I'm Michael Smith. I'm a writer in Berkeley, California. I've worked as a fiction editor, a teacher, a memoirist, and a blogger.
Michael and I are creating a new form of entertainment called social fiction. It's a story told through social media. It works like this. The characters have social profiles, like on Facebook. They post about their lives in the same way you and your friends do, except the posts follow a plot. It's a story told in real time. We've set it up so you only need to follow the main character to get the full story. And it's social, so when you comment, you're taking part in the narrative. Our social fiction is illustrated. We're doing it this way so we can be limitless in anything our creative minds can imagine. Meet Funn, the star of our first story. Hawk camps full-time with his family in the suburbs. Instead of a house in their neighborhood, they have a personal campground. You see, Hawk has a fear of going indoors. If you follow the story, you'll find out why.
I believe character drives story, and I think a great story has the power to unite us and expand our world. And I think that's what drew me to this story. It was Hawk. I mean, here's this guy. He's talented. He's ordinary. He's a suburban dad. But I think what's interesting about him is that he's extraordinary. He's defiant. He's a visionary. His neighbors think he's crazy. What he wants to do is sort of disrupt this suburb, his world. He wants to do something completely interesting. And I think that's what makes him so special in this world he lives in. He's just sort of this character that you want to follow, who inspires you to do bigger things with your own life.
What does it take to produce illustrated social fiction? Let's hear from the team.
Steve and I have these story sessions, except we're never in the same room. We're chatting, we're on Facebook, we're DMing on Twitter. Essentially, we're communicating in exactly the same way that Hawk is going to interact with the audience, with each of you. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out as we start to involve the audience in the telling of the story itself.
Michael and I then write it up into multiple social posts. Characters have to be designed and their social profiles filled out. A large cast of characters gives richness to Hawk's world. Nearly every post will be accompanied by an illustration. With a post going live every day, that's a lot of art to create. Each post has to be queued up for Facebook, and comments from other characters have to be entered. Publishing the story is an active job. Because this is an interactive story, my job is to keep the conversation going with the audience, commenting as multiple characters. To make Hawk's world feel real, websites have to be created to support the story, like Hawk's company site. This story is told across the entire web. As producer, I keep this whole ship running. A production of this caliber is a full-time job for the team. This is how we'll innovate storytelling on the internets.
This idea of interacting across platforms, of directly communicating with an audience and having that audience actually change and alter the course of the story. What's more interesting than that? We have Twitter and Facebook. We are communicating as people at a completely different level than we ever did. Why shouldn't our characters be doing the same thing? In this story, there are no walls, there are no boundaries. We are in uncharted territory, and we, as storytellers, have the opportunity to do just about anything, as long as we're honest to the characters and we stick to the story that we're trying to tell.
A live version of the story is already live on Facebook. We need your help to go full force for 6 to 8 months. The money raised will go to cover story development, a promotional budget, and salary for the creative team. You can choose rewards such as original production art or becoming a character in the story. Your help isn't only about Hawk Funn, it's about pioneering social fiction as a new entertainment industry. I want to give jobs to writers and actors and create new positions like social media actors. This will be big, so help us make history. The free thing you can do is to follow Hawk on Facebook here. Please make a pledge and choose your reward. Let's make this happen together.